Mom had the plates out when I came upstairs, toast, over easy eggs, the exact amount of hot sauce on the side, just like high school, before early welding practice. For a second, I let myself believe it meant something. I'll only be gone 2 days, I said, sliding into the chair across from her. Maintenance contract in Brookings. Start the new job Monday. She stirred her coffee. That's great, honey. Reflex, not response. Her eyes stayed on her phone. It's not Maroch. I tried again, but it's solid pay, full benefits. I can finally pay off what I owe you. Still no eye contact, just a hum and a quick tilt of the screen away from me. Don't make it weird. She let me stay. She didn't have to. When I rinsed my plate, she finally looked up. Drive safe. I will. She kissed my cheek too quickly, hugged me sideways like we were performing for someone else, then went back to scrolling. The morning light was long and gold as I walked to the car. My duffel clanked with welding gear, felt like packing a new beginning. I looked back once. The curtain moved, just a sliver. I got home early, 6:32. The job wrapped sooner than expected. My hands still smelled like hot steel and burnt rubber. But in front of the house, black garbage bags, dozens, split open, socks, sweaters, notebooks, my welding gloves in the grass, my duffel sat wrong on the lawn, my gaming monitor leaned naked against the mailbox. Mom was filming with her phone. Beside her, Noelle held hers out selfie style, her voice carried. And there she is, still owing $8,000 in rent. Folks, this is entitlement in action. Griffin paced like a bouncer. When he saw me, he smirked, kicked a bag, my book spilled into the dirt. Finally, he muttered, the family freeloader is gone. I opened my mouth. Nothing came out. Mom's voice was bright, rehearsed, Callista Wren, 29, basement parasite. This is your eviction notice, public and permanent. Neighbors froze on their porches, phones out. No one spoke. I bent down, picked up a bent hardcover, straightened it, kept packing the car. Noelle narrated each move like a sports commentator. I closed the trunk and turned once more. Enjoy the show, I said. You'll be hearing from me. The porch door slammed. Dad stormed down, face red, and threw a set of keys at me. They hit my cheek, fell into the gravel. Take your junk, get out, you're not our daughter. I picked up the keys, met his stare, didn't flinch. Noelle adjusted her camera. Griffin grinned. I slid into the driver's seat, shut the door quietly, and looked at each of them. Something flickered in Dad's eyes when I didn't brake. Then I turned the key and drove away. I drove without direction, streets blurred, ended up in the grocery store lot, engine running, headlights off. By the time I reached Elena's porch, I remembered the envelope, heavy paper, my name in my grandfather's handwriting, given to me in the hospital before he passed. Don't open it unless things get bad, he'd said. They were bad. I sat inside, overnight bag on the floor, envelope on my knees. Lena brought tea, left quietly. The flap came up clean, like it had been waiting. Inside, a folded letter, notarized documents, and a law firm's card. The letter was in his shorthand. Callista, if you're reading this, it means they did what I feared. I couldn't shield you from them while I was alive, so I've done it now. Part of the house, the lake cabin, and the shop building are in your name. It's legal, documented, untouchable. You owe them nothing, no apology, no silence, no guilt. This is for when they forget your worth. Grandpa. The words blurred. My fingers shook, not from grief, but from something cleaner, harder, clarity. The documents proved it, a living trust. 40% of the family home, half the lake cabin in Couse County, 35% of the commercial building where Dad ran his business. At the bottom, Arthur Dorsey, estate property law. The next morning, I called. His receptionist hesitated until I mentioned my grandfather. Then she offered me a slot that afternoon. Mr. Dorsey's office smelled faintly of lemon oil and old paper, mahogany desk, shelves stacked with thick legal volumes. A clock ticked evenly on the wall. You used to come with him, he said as I sat. Always had that red sketchbook. I nodded. He turned the pages slowly, carefully. When he finally looked up, his voice was steady. It's valid, finalized before he passed. They can't remove you, sell without your consent, or plead ignorance. If they'd been collecting rent or taking loans against these properties, they may have a serious problem. My pulse thudded in my ears. I'm ready to proceed. He leaned forward. Then let's begin. The first text came that night. Noelle, 8:47 p.m. Hey, Hope you're not mad. The stream wasn't to embarrass you, just content. You know the algorithm. I didn't respond. By morning, 12 more texts, 2 missed calls from Mom, a voicemail from Griffin. You're overreacting. Wasn't that serious? You know how she gets. Just come back and talk like an adult. I forwarded everything to Dorsey. By midday, Dad texted. We need you to sign a few things. No drama, just paperwork. No explanation, no apology, orders. Dorsey replied for me, formal notice, all communication through his office. Their lawyer copied. I shut off read receipts and let silence work. That night, I unpacked, books stacked neatly on Lena's spare shelf, half my collection gone, but enough, clean clothes folded, my monitor, dented, by the desk. I opened a blank notebook and wrote. They only listened when I stopped explaining. The rest came easier, not rage, not revenge, observations, the look in their eyes, the absences in their hearts, the things I'd mistaken for safety, the truths I would never unsee. The phone buzzed all night with Noelle's voice memos, Griffin's guilt trips, Dad's commands. I set it face down and let it hum into the mattress. 2 days later, Dorsey called. They've been collecting rent from the lake cabin and the commercial building, 3 years' worth, over $50,000, none of it reported to you. 50? 50, and your share wasn't acknowledged. By evening, certified letters went out, exact amounts owed, my ownership percentages, banks notified about improper loans. The silence that followed wasn't shock, it was calculation. 3 days later, Griffin showed up at my job. It was Tuesday, just after lunch. He leaned against my car, phone in hand. Callista, he called, got a minute? I kept walking, keys tight in my grip. He stepped into my path. We need to talk. You're trespassing, move. His voice dropped. You're tearing the family apart over a technicality. That money wasn't yours. You want to play this lawyer game? Fine, but it won't end the way you think. I didn't blink. Step away from my car. 2 coworkers appeared by the exit. One called my name. Griffin turned, muttered something, stepped back. I won't say it again, I told him, raising my phone. This is harassment. Leave. Security met me at the door minutes later. Griffin was already gone. Inside, I filed an incident report and sent the parking lot footage to Dorsey. His reply was immediate, noted and logged, proceeding as discussed. They'd made their move. Now it was their turn to play defense. They came on a Thursday, just after sunset. A sharp knock, too many voices. The security cam confirmed it, Mom with a tissue, Dad's jaw locked, Griffin leaning against the wall, Noelle half scrolling, half watching. Callista, Mom's voice cracked. Please, we just want to talk. Dad stepped forward. Open the door. You're acting like a child. Griffin muttered something. Noelle didn't look up. I let the silence sit. Let them stew in it. Another knock. Harder. Dad again. We are your family. You can't just shut us out over paperwork. I raised my voice so the mic caught it. All communication goes through Mr. Dorsey. You've been informed. A pause. Mom's voice thinner now. We can work it out, just us. We'll delete the videos. Fix it. Noelle slid her phone behind her back. She wasn't here for peace, she was here for content. I'm not speaking without legal representation, I said. Stay here and I'll call security. Dad's face darkened. So you're hiding behind lawyers now? You told me I wasn't your daughter, remember? They lingered another minute before leaving. That night, Dorsey emailed, settlement negotiation, initial draft. 2 days later their lawyer sent the bait, full ownership of the lake cabin if I dropped claims on back rent and future income from the commercial building. Dorsey's reply was instant, we reject. Our terms stand. The cabin wasn't worth a third of what they owed. They wanted symbolism. I wanted acknowledgement. The next morning, I told Dorsey. Payment plan for the rent, third-party property management, written admission of misrepresentation, signed by all 4 of them. He nodded. Then that's what we'll demand. While negotiations crawled, their cracks widened. Noelle lost 5,000 followers in a week. Receipts from someone in our hometown went viral. Sponsors dropped her. She deleted the eviction video. Too late. Dad's business stalled. A client walked. A loan got flagged. The trust surfaced. Mom went silent. Griffin fired off one angry email. Noelle tried calling twice. I didn't answer. When their lawyer finally responded, the tone was different, careful. They agreed to everything. I read the document twice before signing. Then I added a line above my name. Truth isn't betrayal, it's what happens when the performance ends. 2 days after moving into my own apartment, small, drafty, uneven floors, but mine, the envelope arrived. First installment of the back rent, paper-clipped note in Mom's handwriting. We hope we can put this behind us and be a family again. Love, Mom. I stared at it, not moved, just struck by how little it said. No apology, no ownership, just a request to forget the cost. The check went into my drawer, no reply. That night, unpacking the last box, I found my old external drive. One folder caught my eye, Grandpa Wave. I clicked play. Hey, kiddo, if you're hearing this, I'm probably gone. Remember, you'll be okay, even if they never say sorry. Some people only value you when they can use you. When you stop letting them, they call it betrayal. Let them, you just keep being you. I sat there, letting his voice fill the room. No shouting, no weaponized silence, just his steady warmth in a place that belonged only to me. I saved the file, backed it up, and slid the drive into the drawer beside the check.